David Berkowitz, infamously known as the Son of Sam, terrorized New York City in the mid-1970s with a series of brutal shootings that left 6 people dead and 7 others injured. His year-long reign of terror between 1976 and 1977 led to one of the largest manhunts in U.S. history. The case became a national sensation, fueled by cryptic letters, satanic cult theories, and a climate of fear that gripped the city. Even after his arrest and conviction, questions remain about whether Berkowitz acted alone or was part of a more sinister conspiracy. This post explores the case, from the early attacks to the chilling capture and beyond. David Berkowitz was born Richard David Falco on June 1, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York. Shortly after birth, he was adopted by Nathan and Pearl Berkowitz, a Jewish couple who raised him in the Bronx. Though he was reportedly an intelligent child, Berkowitz had a troubled upbringing, displaying antisocial behavior, aggression, and an obsession with fire. After his adoptive mother's death in 1967, his mental health deteriorated further. In 1971, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and served in South Korea before being honorably discharged in 1974. Upon returning to New York, he struggled with depression and delusional thoughts, which he later claimed led him to kill. The first confirmed Son of Sam shooting occurred on July 29, 1976, in the Pelham Bay area of the Bronx. Donna Lauria, 18, and Jody Valenti, 19, were sitting in Valenti's car when Berkowitz approached and fired his .44 caliber Bulldog revolver, killing Lauria and wounding Valenti. Over the next year, Berkowitz carried out a series of similar attacks, targeting young couples and women with long, dark hair. The attacks created widespread fear, leading many women to cut or dye their hair to avoid becoming targets. Berkowitz soon escalated his crimes by taunting law enforcement with cryptic letters signed as the Son of Sam. In these messages, he claimed he was obeying orders from a demonic entity, often referring to his neighbor's dog, which he believed was possessed by a spirit commanding him to kill. One of the most famous letters, addressed to NYPD Captain Joseph Borelli, read, "Greater than, I am deeply hurt by your calling me a woman, sick, hater. I am not, but I am a monster. I am the Son of Sam." The letters fueled media frenzy and public panic, with the press giving the killer his infamous nickname. The city was on edge, with thousands of police officers hunting for the elusive murderer. The break in the case came on July 31, 1977, after the final attack in Brooklyn left Stacy Moskowitz dead and Robert Violante critically injured. A witness reported seeing a man near the crime scene removing a parking ticket from a yellow Ford Galaxy. Investigators traced the ticket to David Berkowitz, a postal worker from Yonkers. Upon searching his car, they found a .44 caliber revolver, ammunition, and maps of past crime scenes. On August 10, 1977, police arrested Berkowitz outside his apartment. When officers approached him, he reportedly smiled and said, "Greater than, you got me. What took you so long?" Inside his home, authorities found diary entries detailing his obsession with killing and satanic rituals. Berkowitz confessed to all 6 murders and multiple attacks, initially claiming he was following orders from a demonic dog named Sam, owned by his neighbor, Sam Carr. However, psychiatrists quickly determined that while he suffered from paranoid schizophrenia, he was legally sane. In May 1978, Berkowitz pled guilty to 6 counts of murder and was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences, totaling 365 years behind bars. Despite later attempts to withdraw his plea and claim he had been part of a satanic cult, his appeals were denied. While Berkowitz originally took sole responsibility for the murders, he later changed his story, claiming he had been part of a larger network of killers involved in a satanic cult. Berkowitz claimed that the cult was responsible for multiple killings, with him acting as only one of the gunmen. He alleged that John and Michael Carr, the sons of his neighbor Sam Carr, were also involved. Investigators noted inconsistencies in witness descriptions, with some victims describing 2 shooters, not one. Though some independent journalists and detectives found merit in these claims, authorities never reopened the case, officially stating that Berkowitz acted alone. Since his conviction, Berkowitz has renounced his "Son of Sam" identity and embraced Christianity. He now refers to himself as the "Son of Hope," and has become a prison minister, discouraging others from following a path of violence. While some believe his transformation is genuine, others remain skeptical, viewing it as an attempt to manipulate public perception. Despite being eligible for parole hearings every 2 years since 2002, he has consistently been denied release and has accepted that he will likely die in prison. The Son of Sam case had a lasting impact on American society in multiple ways. 1. The "Son of Sam" law. In response to Berkowitz's infamy, New York passed the Son of Sam law, preventing criminals from profiting from their crimes through book deals or movies. 2. Influence on pop culture. Books: Mindhunter, Son of Sam, The Killer Speaks. Movies: Summer of Sam directed by Spike Lee. TV series: Criminal Minds, The Sons of Sam, A Descent into Darkness. 3. Fear of serial killers. Berkowitz's reign of terror contributed to the serial killer panic of the late 20th century, alongside figures like Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy. David Berkowitz's crimes forever changed New York City and the landscape of criminal investigations. While officially labeled as a lone serial killer, lingering doubts about his alleged involvement in a larger satanic cult keep conspiracy theories alive.